Hey YouTube, this is Lego Boy here with a, I think at this point it's time that I give my opinion about the iPhone 6s. Now, I'm telling you now, and I will talk to you about my positive thoughts and my negative thoughts about it. About the iPhone 6s and just my normal iPhone 6 that I have here. Because I think it's been a while. I mean, it's not been a while. Been long enough for me to finally be able to give a video about it. Obviously, the iPhone 6s is the same size. The only difference is that they come out with a new finish, which is rose gold, and pink kind of color, pinkish color. Yeah, it's nice. To be honest, guys, I mean, I do have my iPod, which I'm recording right now, my iPod Blue. But now that I've gotten to this point, I'm only liking the basic colors. I'm not going with colorful devices. I know the iPhone 5C and the iPod Touch, 5th and 6th generation, have color. I mean, I'm all about, because see, I have a silver iPad here, and I have my space gray iPhone, and I'm happy with it. And to be honest with the iPhone, I'm just talking about color-wise. I think the colors, it's just my opinion. I'm not really fascinated by it. I just prefer to have, I don't know why I got a blue iPod Touch, but I have it, so I've been thinking maybe about spray painting it or maybe coloring it, but I don't know yet about that. And I still have my 4th generation, guys. I've never showed you, and I still have it. And I still use it, and it is shattered, and I'll probably get that fixed maybe soon, because I'm sure they still do replacements for it. But I have my old 4th generation iPod Touch as well, along with my 5th generation, so I have that too. This thing looks like, I don't know. I mean, for one, it looks shattered, but age-wise, it looks pretty historical. It's pretty old. So back to the iPhone. Got to kind of off track. So in my comparison to the iPhone 6s, Apple quoted. They used to like a lot of quotes, or not quotes necessarily quotes, phrases that they like to use for their devices. For the iPhone 6s, they quoted, "The only thing that's changed is everything." They just try to be creative and brilliant with it, and some of the information is false. Like for that instance, that's kind of false. The only thing that's really changed is Force Touch, and it's a little faster. That's it. The rest of the phone, I mean, is exactly the same. I've gone to the mall like I told you, and I've gotten a hands-on on the 6s, and to be honest, it's unnecessary. I mean, I think still haven't looked into it, but I've been hearing that off contract, phones like this phone when I first got it, it was about $600, $700 off contract, and now that the 6s come out, I think it's like $500. Do I really want to pay $700 just to get Force Touch on an iPhone that's almost the same as this one? I don't think so. Well, again, this is my opinion, so regard my opinion, and I don't want you guys to not get, but this is my opinion. I think it's unnecessary, and it's not really worth paying another $700 just for an iPhone that's almost the same as the one I already have. I mean, it's not really necessary, to be honest. I mean, Force Touch is cool, but again, it's one of those things. I mean, Apple, recently, I don't want to be very criticized about Apple, but recently, for the past few years, Apple has been bragging about a lot of things that really aren't that big of a deal. Like I said, the Apple Watch is another thing. I've told you about that. The Apple Watch really isn't all that great. After using it, I wasn't really satisfied with it, and that's why I returned and decided to get the iPad. To be honest, a lot of the original devices that they had in the first place are a lot better. Having devices, now Apple's gone downhill just a little bit. Regard my opinion, but I think they're going down just a little bit. Because, they brag on big things that are not really that great. Again, they bragged about the 6s, and it's not really that great. I guess it's okay, but it's not really that great. Yeah, Apple's a very, very, what's the word I want to use? They're very wealthy. They have a lot of money, and hopefully they can continue getting their customers, but I think they should slow down just a little bit. Because the Apple Watch, yeah, it's great, but they made such a big deal about it, and the Apple Watch really isn't all that great either. Same with the 6s. When the iPhone 6 first came out, yeah, it's better. To be honest, when the iPhone 6 originally came out, I think that was a lot better than the release of the iPhone 6s, to be honest. I think when the iPhone 6 originally came out, I think that's a lot better. I mean, the 6s, I mean, is okay, but I mean, what is Apple going to do? I mean, like, eventually, I mean, it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to keep watching to see what Apple's going to do in the near future. I mean, they're going to probably run out of ideas soon. I mean, a lot of things that they keep doing with their devices is making them bigger and bigger. They keep making them bigger. And I kind of made humor out of this. I wonder if this is going to be the new iPhone 7. I'm just putting humor to that. I doubt. I mean, I'm just putting humor and making fun of Apple. I mean, that's the fact that their phones are getting bigger. If they're going to get this big, who knows? I don't think so. I'm just putting humor into it. But you know what I mean. I mean, the iPhone 6, I'm satisfied with it, and I don't need another phone for a while. I'm keeping this phone for another, maybe at least a year, maybe 2 years. I don't need another phone. This is perfect. I'm satisfied with it, and it's a great phone. I don't need the 6S because it's not really worth paying another $700. But I mean, I guess I can't say it's more convenient, but that's the big thing about the Force Touch is that it's convenient, that it feels cool in your hand when you press. I mean, it's really not that different than the original 6. I mean, yeah, it's a little faster, but regarding that, I mean, it's not really that great. But I mean, I've used it, and I've gone to the Apple Store, and I've checked it, and it's all right. I mean, I won't say it's bad. I mean, I don't want to say it's bad. I mean, in the same way, I don't want to degrade Apple. They do a great job at being able to really work hard, because I'm sure they put a lot of work into all these products, and they have great products. But sometimes they overdo it when the release comes out. They make such a big deal about it when it really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, some people, I mean, everyone has their own opinion, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, Apple is great, but sometimes they overdo it, you know. But in all, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm satisfied with this phone, and I don't need to get an upgrade anytime soon. I mean, as long as my phone's working, that's all that matters, and I'm gonna keep it. I don't need to get another phone. I mean, it's all that matters. I just need a working phone. And if anything, I won't even do that. You know what I'll do? Once the battery runs low, I'll just have them replace it. It costs like $70 to get a battery replaced. I mean, that's what I'll do. I'm not even gonna buy a new phone. Unless maybe the iPhone 6s gets cheaper, but I doubt that's going to happen in a couple years. I just want to get it as cheapest so I have a phone. But as of right now, when it dies, we have a long time away until that happens, I will just replace the battery when it dies. I mean, it costs like $70 to get a battery replaced in a phone. That's a good price right there. It's worth it. I mean, again, back to the Apple Watch, I think it's not really great. But, I mean, Apple, like I said, Apple is a really good company. Compared to a lot of other companies, Apple is really good. I mean, they really work hard, and they really do a great job at advertising and being able to make their products really satisfying. I mean, it is true. Apple has research quotes, it is the most loved phone in the world, and it is. It is the most popular phone in the world. It is the most fun phone to use. It offers great gameplay. They're really smooth. Apple is a great company, and I will be happy. I'm most excited, and maybe in a little laughing mood, because I'm wondering if they're going to make their phones any bigger. I mean, at some point they're going to have to stop making them big. How longer can Apple go? That's the big question here. How longer can Apple survive? How many more years is Apple going to continue to release things? At some point, they might run out of ideas. They might run out. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to jinx it. But, you never know what happens. It doesn't seem like Apple has any more great ideas that are going to come out. But, what I have here, I'm happy with it. And in some ways, the original iPhone, it might be better. In some ways, the original iPod might be better. In some ways, the original iPad might be better. So, I'm like that. I'm like that. especially with my Star Wars figures, the originals are much bigger. I'm always for the originals because they might be worth more. So, I mean, yeah. And like I've said too, the newer products might depreciate pretty quickly. And that's what I'm hoping for. Apple has exceedingly shown in the past that they always come out with a second generation. If they come out with a better iPod, not iPod, my bad, iWatch, maybe I'll get the first one. Because Apple has always shown that they always come out. Remember when the first iPad was really thick, and then they come out with a 4th generation iPad, or the 4th generation, I think, iPad 2. They got a lot better. Same with the iPod, they got a lot better. They went from the iPod 1st, 2nd, all the way up to 4th, all the way up to 5th, and now we have the 6th generation. So Apple has always have shown that their devices, they're always exceedingly getting better. The first one is always the one that has the most bugs, and they always make it better. So that's a big other consideration I put as to why I didn't keep the Apple Watch, is because number one, it might get better. Number two, it might be cheap. Because it also, a big thing is, and this is like an economical thing that works for a lot of businesses, it's prices and demand. Now, it doesn't always work that way. I mean, Apple decided to charge so much money because they can. But in some ways, I mean, I don't know how many people are getting the Apple Watch. A lot of people I've talked to don't like it, and I'm one of those people. I've talked to a lot of my friends in college, and they think that the Apple Watch is ridiculous. I mean, again, the most ridiculous thing about it is the price. There's 3 bands, and you know that you don't want the sports band, so you're looking maybe at $500 if you're getting the stainless steel. So that's a issue. I mean, the price. That's the biggest problem. I mean, in a lot of devices. I mean, Apple is expensive, but again, sometimes I think they take advantage of their customers way too much, and people may come to a point to realize, but again, it is also price and demand, how many people are buying it, and, all that. But like I said, I think the Apple Watch is going to depreciate pretty quickly. I think it is. And probably when that happens, they'll come out with a better model. But I just wanted this to be a video of talking about a few products, the iPhone 6s, my iPhone that I have, and I am very satisfied with it, and I don't need to change anytime soon. I mean, this iPhone is great. I don't need to upgrade anytime soon. I'm satisfied with this iPhone, and I don't need to get a new one yet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I just want to let you guys know that, and I just came up with them all about an hour ago, and I'm here doing this video for you. Like I said, I'm going to probably be going to Busch Gardens tomorrow with one of my friends, because I haven't been to Busch Gardens in a few months. I just haven't been going because I've been trying to get going in college and all that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to give you guys this update, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video before the construction that's going to be happening. I talked to my parents, and they actually said that my room will not be constructed until after everything happens in the kitchen. I thought they're doing all at once, so that's a positive. Thank you guys for watching. This is Lego Boy signing off. See you guys in the next video. Peace.